choice. Just something to put things in perspective, and I'll stop. And this really brings it home for me because I'm simple. I like to break things down. I do all of our budgets for our farming, and I try to keep it as simple as I can. 1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 32 years. 1 trillion seconds is 32,000 years. Now that, what's it tell you? 32,000 years. Now, is it too far gone? It makes you believe that it doesn't. If we don't stop it. I was talking to a friend of mine who was talking about a $10 million grant that a university in, it was either Alabama or Georgia, somewhere in the South, got last summer to study catfish. $10 million. 2.8 million was spent by the government to train Chinese prostitutes, try to get them off of alcohol. $1 million was spent by the Pentagon to move 2 80-cent washers, little washers, from South Carolina to New York or something like that. $1 million. These guys lost it. They lost it. They have no business sense whatsoever. It's just a free-for-all. It's a free-for-all.
You know, one issue that was really dear to my heart at the time, that's been a few years, is state income tax. But, you know, that came so close it was scary to being passed. And Roy, you know, I'm going to talk to him, but, you know, but anyway, his position was that, you know, it was absolutely essential. And I feel a little bit badly. You know, I don't want our state to go broke, or a retired teacher. I want to make sure that we have plenty for education. But Roy just assured me that our state just absolutely was going to go broke. Well, the state income tax didn't pass, and we ended up with a surplus at the end of the year. So, you know, I mean, it didn't take a lot of convincing, evidently, to convince Roy that we needed an income tax. So, I mean, I wonder now if he, you know, if he would regret that vote. I don't know what he would say, but.
Well, I'm told to people this morning, the kids this morning at the my brunch at the college. I said my opponent in the fall, who is probably going to be Roy. He's going to claim he's conservative,
Right.
Blue Dog.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to represent you, but his first vote will be for Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. Now, she is not conservative, and she's from San Francisco, where 85% of her district voted for Obama, and there's no such thing. So it's a closed door meeting. This is. There's no such thing as a Blue Dog moderate conservative in the party with Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi. I'm sorry. My grandparents were Democrats, but they left me. They left my family. They're gone. And it's just a shame. There are Republicans the same way. There are rhinos in the Republican Party that need to go too. They've lost their way. I'm not going to take up for both sides. Both of them have messed up, but we just, it's heartbreaking when you hear that rhetoric that, you know, we're conservative and you know, we're going to do this, and you look at the record and it's just, it's not there.
Well, we know better on his record. We just need to make sure that the rest of
That's why the money is so
needs to
important.
be
We're going to have the money to show people what the record is, and that they can make their mind up. You know, I don't have a record. It'll be the only time in history that I won't have one. But I'm telling you what I'm going to do. You see what he's been doing. Now, what is it?
And I think, whatever, even if Roy, I'm really serious about it, I think if he had a real strong position on something on which you would agree with, he'd be one trip to the Oval Office away from changing his mind. And as I told you, they're not going to invite you.
No, I don't think so.
You won't even have a chance to get pressure.
I tell you something else too that people are tired of, and it resonates with people. No more career politicians. People are fed up with that as well. That's why we've signed congressional pension reform, health care reform. I'm not going to accept any health care that people in my district can't get. Term limits, 12 years. I'm going to stay 12 years and come home. And earmark reform. I am all for legitimate projects in this district, stuff that will help this district. But as far as blowing this money, just blowing it, no, I'm not. We don't have it to blow.